Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and this is the third of the Tobot V Season 2 minis and the third of the main trio, Silverhawk, aka Cyclone Hawk. I guess Silverhawk is, similar to some other pre-existing names, so I guess Cyclone Hawk was the best thing they could come up with because windy cyclone attacks. Onto the box. Same style with the prominent green color. Slightly smooshed and nicked in transit, but slightly. Comic halftones, action lines. A much more decorated Silverhawk on the illustrations than on the actual toy, though because it's a pretty limited set of colors, so it's not that noticeable from the actual illustration of the actual toy, but I guess this is still a little spruced up than what it actually is. I guess just about the same as Leo Kaiser's mini box, just slightly smaller from what I see. Otherwise, unboxing. Mini Silverhawk is cast in silver and dark metallic plastic, which works for Silverhawk unlike the other two, which they kind of are a little lacking with the lack of their tertiary colors. But with the painted silver and painted gold, and some other painted metal, dark metal, and blues, there's lots of little gold accents on his legs and his little fins, though it looks like on this particular one, there's a little bit of gold missing or scraped off, but that's a nitpick. And on the shins, and especially on his permanently molded eagle toe key. Yeah, there's only a few minor bits of gold missing, like on the insides of the wings, which are typically waffled out hollow. Unlike the bigger one, which took care to attention to detail on both sides of the wings. Yeah, but that's negligible. This is a very good, well-painted mini Silverhawk. And you can clearly see his four-eyed head. His four-eyed head with the eagle head on top with the baby blue fake light piping headpiece. Since his toe key is permanently molded into his chest, this is permanently his extension mode. But if you kind of want to go to a normal stance, you can just flip this eagle head down and fold the wings down, and that's the regular mode with some extra eagle feather shoulder pauldrons. Articulation. He has a head swivel. Unlike the other two, he has a full head swivel. Why don't more of these smaller Tobots and Carbots have head swivels? Great. Shoulder outward that much. If you can get the wings out of the way, he can go pretty full 360. Mostly. With the eagle wings molded on the shoulders rather than on the toe key, so he has more range than the bigger Silverhawk. Especially with his bicep ball socket elbows. Yay for ball socket elbows. Although those are some disproportionately big ball sockets. You'll see why they decided to improve the articulation on the mini. Drumstick's thighs go out that much and backward that much. Thick spread and a slight ball socket side to side wiggle. And a transformational lower thigh swivel, and almost 90 knee, and a soft ratcheted foot at 2 soft clicks. Yeah, so of these minis so far, Silverhawk is definitely the most articulate of them all, from Season 1 and Season 2. Silverhawk is the articulated winner. Just like the other mini Tobots, he's a short deluxe. Though, comparing the heads, he has an awfully tiny head for a deluxe size Transformer. Transformation. Take the one-piece cockpit section, which doesn't have an extra hinge to fold it over, and clean up his back look, and that should lock into place. For these wing sections, it's not exactly that clear how they should, when you can feel they lock into, so yeah, just kind of rest them like that. Move the arms upwards. So on the bigger Silverhawk, this entire section would rotate and then this would clip in, but since this toe key's in the way, they just opted to move this entire shoulder like this and just have the lower portion rotate in, tab in here. Gain of articulation function by necessity of simplification. Yeah, because they had less to work with, they just gave it articulation in the place where it mattered the most. Whether intentional or a happy accident. Yeah, so move those in and fold that in and tab the little foot onto this side here. Silverhawk Jet Mode. This is, without a single doubt, an extensive remold of Combiner Wars Silverbolt. The young toy designer took the pre-existing Combiner Wars Silverbolt toy and they scanned it to CAD and they remolded everything to make it into this Silverhawk, both the big one and the little one, but it's still clearly a Combiner Wars Silverbolt retool because the legs splay out to the side. And this thing folds back on its back just like Combiner Wars Silverbolt. This is exactly what they did with Tobot Adventure Y. If you haven't got it by now, I was joking. And back on track, this is still a very good downscaling of the bigger Silverhawk with some subtle and decent gold highlights, and the thick back with the tiny little tri-thrusters. And the tiny little cockpit, which is even tinier, with the painted baby blue windows and the little gold. Really, the only simplification from the top is these side fins don't flip up. They're just permanently molded in and have a screw pierce through them. So it's a rather flat looking jet. Also on the underside, since the toe key is molded in, it's stuck on the bottom and nowhere to tab on the top, which does make it look cleaner, but it makes the bottom not flat anymore. Which kinda makes the molded in landing gear a little less useful. I mean, it still keeps it straight, but on a flat surface, it'll just tilt forward like that. Yeah, lots of extra junk in the trunk. Underside kibble and such. And this is a kid's toy. You don't want to put it on a flight stand. This is not a 3mm hole. It's just the molding hole to lock the hole in. Who cares if it was 3mm or not? And this is not a flight stand hole, it's just a little air pocket. Yeah, I suppose you could do this. Yeah, but if you want to put this on a flight stand for some reason, you're just gonna have to get one of those things that just lets it rest on top and not plug in. Size comparisons with jets and other various flying things. All things considered, a pretty small jet. And of course, not in scale with Wavemate cars. Even the bigger Silverhawk toy wouldn't be in scale. But that really doesn't matter, the robot modes are the actual scale. The Season 2 trio does what it does, making smaller, affordable versions of your favorite Tobot characters, just like the Season 1 minis. Not sure if there's any really major improvements between the two, because since they're just meant to be for little hands. But as I said, Silverhawk has the best robot mode of the three, because the most functional and articulate. Though I do like the alt mode looks of the car Tobots. Well, yeah, I forgot to mention where you can get these. Well, as usual, they're on eBay and Korean shopping sites, though I think they'll eventually show up with the Tobot Galaxy Detective Season 2 toy line in other countries, and to Amazon USA in maybe 1 to 3 years. So if you don't want to pay for that shipping, you can just wait that long. Yeah, I say up to 3 years because that's how long it took for Tobot GD to end up on Amazon USA, which is selling like hotcakes. With the main Tobot 2 trio covered, now on to the other supporting Tobots.